For the most part, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander keeps a pretty low profile. I know very little about him, so much so that it seems intentional. He's Canadian, he likes fashion, and despite the solid effort, sings a little flat.
Good, a little bit flat, it'll get better.
That's about it. But after the way he's been playing this year, I don't think he'll be able to hide any longer.
Looking for 50, and he delivers!
SGA has already established himself as one of the best scorers we have today, but now he has a chance to cement himself as one of the most prolific scorers the league has ever seen. 4 years ago, the Oklahoma City Thunder handed SGA the keys to the franchise, after he was traded from the Clippers to OKC for Paul George. Russell Westbrook and Chris Paul would follow suit, and ever since, SGA's scoring output has continued to climb, all the way to the top of the league. He's averaged back-to-back 30-point seasons, and halfway through the 2024-25 season, SGA leads the league in scoring. But what makes SGA's path to scoring dominance so interesting is that watching him play is like looking through a window into the past. Gilgeous-Alexander doesn't shoot threes. I mean, he does, but unless your name is Giannis Antetokounmpo, aka Greek Shaq.
Somebody asked me the other day, oh, Shaq couldn't play today. But you're not paying attention. I am playing today. My name is Greek Freak.
If you're a star in this league, then you're basically required to take threes. Adapt or die. What I mean is, SGA doesn't shoot threes nearly as much as his contemporaries. He doesn't emphasize that part of his game. Even after being pushed by the Thunder in the 24-25 season to integrate more three-point shots into his game, SGA is still only 56th in the entire league in three-point shots taken, behind notable snipers like Dillon Brooks and Julian Champagnie. So how does SGA get away with shooting nearly half as much threes as LaMelo Ball, Anthony Edwards, or 7'4" Victor Wembanyama, but still manage to outscore them all? First off, he gets to the line. A lot. For the past 2 years, SGA has finished top 3 in free throw attempts. More importantly, when he gets there, he converts at an elite level. Similar to other high-volume scorers like Jalen Brunson, James Harden, or Trae Young, SGA knows all the tricks to drawing contact.
He brings his right arm up. So is that a natural shooting motion? No, but he was just trying to bait him in the foul. Once he gets that hand in there, you think of James Harden, you think of those players that are great at drawing fouls. Shai is one of them.
Getting foul calls by putting on the brakes, using up fakes,
what better opportunity to connect with other like-minded,
or driving right into a backpedaling defender.
Gilgeous-Alexander gets downhill, draws contact, and scores.
Sometimes, all three at once. We can debate whether these techniques infringe on what some might call ethical hoops, but regardless, being able to consistently manipulate a defender into fouling you is a skill, as is manipulating the referees into calling it. You gotta respect it.
I mean, that is such a flop. That wasn't even get the good angle either.
Or not. Number 2, he's made the mid-range his home. Gilgeous-Alexander is a big guard with an excellent handle, and it's what makes him so deadly between 10 and 14 feet. Just like with free throw attempts, the past 2 years, SGA has ranked top 3 in the league in shots taken from the mid-range. And again, he converts at a high rate.
I feel really comfortable almost everywhere on the floor. I have a move or a certain shot that I like to shoot almost at every spot.
In simple terms, he shoots a lot, he makes a lot. He's big enough to shoot over most guards, skilled enough to fade away from bigs, and crafty enough that even if you stop him initially, he'll still probably find a way to get off a shot from an impossible angle. During the 2023-24 playoffs against the Dallas Mavericks, every one of his 14 made shots came from the mid-range. No threes, no layups. When it comes to the mid-range, SGA is as consistent as it gets.
How are you just so consistent, like the tide, night in and night out?
My whole life is consistent. Everything I do, from what I eat to when I sleep, to my recovery, to my loved ones, everything's consistent, and it's a routine for me at this point.
It's no secret that the mid-range is dying, but there are players who still heavily rely on it. Two obvious examples being Kevin Durant and DeMar DeRozan, but both are old enough to have played when the mid-range was still in its heyday. So to see the shot be used so frequently by a young superstar, maybe the mid-range has found new blood. Every few years, the topic of ratings, or lack thereof, takes over the NBA news cycle. This year's hot topic? Too many threes. Complaints about teams and players playing all too similar to one another. Two shooters in the corner, guard and big at the top, screen after screen, drive after drive, kick out after kick out. All in an attempt to hunt three after three after three.
Because you find Bogey in a wide open situation, he's not missing many of those.
It's above my pay grade to figure out if the high volume of three-pointers is leading to lower ratings. Personally, it doesn't discourage me from watching games, or my enthusiasm for talking about them. Clearly. Still, it's refreshing to see someone like SGA. It's like a player from 2005 was transported to 2025. Make no mistake, SGA isn't the only star we have under 30 keeping the mid-range alive, but SGA has carved out a space in this league that is wholly unique to him, by not just succeeding at an MVP level, but at a level rarely ever seen before. This season, he has a chance to do something that some of the all-time scorers in this league have never done. Not Kobe, not LeBron, not Curry, not Durant. Score 30 points in 3 consecutive seasons. And since SGA is currently averaging 32 points halfway through the 2024-25 season, I like his chances. SGA is on a team with legitimate championship aspirations, putting up video game numbers that could put him in elite company. Who knows? If he continues this level of play, he could be known by 3 different letters by the end of the season.